What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, guys, we are back with another Hot Toys unboxing and review video. Today, guys, we're gonna do another figure from Spider-Man No Way Home. So today we're actually doing a figure that was released a while back. We're doing Spider-Man the battling version suit from the movie. This was a movie promo edition, so we are going to be reviewing this guy today. Now the question is, why am I barely getting this guy right now? Well, first and foremost, when this figure was released, which I believe was around when the movie was released or a little bit right after, but certainly before the other figures that came along with the movie, I wasn't a collector yet. I had no intentions of being a collector, so I really never paid attention to this guy. But of course, right, I have mentioned on my previous videos that I have the idea of collecting every single figure from the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. So this guy is one that I must get. So again, today we are going to be reviewing him in detail, comparing him to his other versions from the movie, right? So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started on the review. Okay, guys, so as far as the design of the box, so pretty much it's the same style as the other figures from the movie. I think only the black and gold suit is the only figure that hasn't matched the same style, but obviously, as you guys know, it's a Hot Toys thing to do the same style for a specific movie, video game, or TV series. But as you guys can see, as always, we get the Doctor Strange Circle of Magic in the back. We do get Peter right there in the middle. The funny thing about this is that this figure doesn't have the Circle of Magic opening through a portal, and I love that because obviously the figure doesn't come from another universe. It does belong in this specific universe, so it matches that. But we do get a couple of pumpkin bombs. We do get the black scratchy surface, a mechanical arm for Doc Ock, along with the name of the figure and the movie in the middle, and a Sideshow exclusive logo at the top right. So I would say that pretty much everything does match it. At the top, we do get the name of the figure along with the black background, so everything good so far. And at the bottom, again, the name of the movie along with that same black background. On the right, we once again get a scratchy black surface along with electro sliding at the bottom. We do get Doctor Strange Circle of Magic right there, along with the mechanical arm of Doc Ock and the left arm of Peter, along with the name of the figure in the middle. So everything matches with the other boxes. And then on the back, we get once again the black background along with electro sliding and some warning and legal signs by Hot Toys that they always include on each figure. On the left, we once again get that black background. We get Peter's right foot, we get some electro lighting at the top right, and we get some images of the movie specifically at the beginning, because obviously that's when this suit gets displayed. We even get a mention of Doctor Strange, as you guys can see at the bottom left. But some of these images look really good, and I like how this box looks. I love the coloring. Everything matches so far. Now to the second box, so again, same design. As you guys can see, we get the pretty much a clear view of the figure along with all of his accessories, but we do get that purple kind of broken sky imagery from the broken spell of Doctor Strange that we see at the end of the movie. Everything looks the same. We get the name of the figure along with the black background, so there are no differences here. I would say everything looks the same. And again, I believe that this was the first box with this design. Again, the black and gold suit had a completely different design, so I believe this is the first one, and then the second figure was the Strange figure from this specific movie as well. So as you guys can see here on the back, again, that purple sky from the broken spell is in the middle, and same thing here on the right. So nothing too different. I would say that everything looks really good. Both boxes match so far. And now we get to figure itself. So as you guys can see, this thing does come with a lot of things, but they're just stacked up together instead of put sideways to make a wide box. We just get a big box that is a regular size as other Hot Toys figures. So let me go ahead and get this guy out, so that way we can go ahead and get our first thoughts on him. And right now, guys, honestly, off to a good start. I think he looks really good. Again, I can't really judge this figure too harshly because obviously he was released a couple of years ago, so it isn't a new figure, so I'm not going to be too, I'm not going to complain too much about it. But right now, I do like it so far. The way the suit feels is different compared to the other figures that I have for him, and obviously we are going to be making comparisons throughout the video. But of course, before we do that, as you guys know, we're going to review the accessories. We're going to go ahead and do the figure in detail, and then at the end some poses with him. Okay, so with the accessories, so pretty much this is all we get. We do get a lot of things, and I like that. Again, as I mentioned before, the figure does come with some specific things that the integrated suit does not come with. So we first get this massive and huge base. It does represent the rooftop. I'm not sure. I don't remember if it's the school where they go to, but of course, we've seen Peter on this base. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like it a lot. Obviously, it does come with a lot of scratches and a lot of damaging parts of it, but I feel like it looks a little bit too animated, and the color and the paint applications don't look really good. Again, it feels too animated and it doesn't look that real in my personal opinion. Now, it does come with this huge flight stick that goes connected to the back of the base, and again, I like the idea. I like the fact that it comes with it, and I don't hate the base, but it's not perfect. Again, I just feel like it looks a little bit too animated. The paint applications aren't great, so that would probably be my only complaint about the base. Now we get to this face sculpt for Peter. So we don't get the normal face sculpt that we get for the black and gold suit or the integrated suit. Instead, we get this kind of half face, half mask. The only issue that I have with this is the feel of the mask. It's not the same as the suit, so that's kind of where Hot Toys missed it a little bit. It's not the same feel, so that's kind of not accurate. Now, obviously, the face sculpt itself, it doesn't look exactly like Tom, so at least that matches. Now, it does come with the box where the spell is contained by Doctor Strange. Is it me, guys, or I feel like the box has kind of like this different green color compared to the one that Strange has with its figure? I feel like Strange's figure had a little bit of a darker, more emerald green type of coloring to the box. This one looks a little bit lighter green. It just might be me, but I have no complaints about it. The box does look as it is. Each side of the box has a different type of symmetry to the lines that connect to the circle, so I like that, and it looks really good. Also, we do get the regular spiderweb effect, so I've never had issues with these spiderweb effects. I love the coloring, I love the paint applications and the texture. But obviously they really don't have a lot of direction, and now seeing my Miles Morales and Peter Parker advanced suits from the video game Spider-Man 2 and seeing those spiderweb designs, it's like I kind of don't like these anymore, because obviously those are much better. They have more direction, they look more natural, and I'm able to post a figure in more different ways than I could with this Tom Holland figure. Now, again, I'm not going to complain about this figure because, again, it is an old figure. I'm not reviewing a new one, so I understand that the spiderweb designs are going to be the same. So again, not going to complain, but again, just knowing what I know now, I'm like, I look at these spiderweb designs and it's like, well, I mean, they're good, but not great, right? But again, the one thing that I will compliment them on is the kind of the texture of those spiderweb effects. Now, it also comes with this cell phone. That's kind of very creative, and obviously that belongs to Peter. So as you guys can see, it also has a couple of text messages there from him and MJ. So I thought that was very creative. Shot that they included that, but it does come with that. We do also get 10 different pieces of hands, and the color applications, the texture, the way that these feel are almost exactly the same as the integrated suit hands. Now, the only difference is that the texture of the red part of the fingers is kind of more scratchy, rough for this specific suit compared to the other one. The suit for the integrated part of Peter is kind of softer, but as far as the black and red, it's kind of the same, and we get different poses. We get up close his closing fist. I really like how the hands look. I really have never had any issues with these hands. We do get also these two that are pretty much his hands wide open. And one thing that I've always loved about Spider-Man figures when it comes to Hot Toys is that they always include a lot of different hand poses. It really gives us a lot of options when it comes to posing the guy. Obviously, the main hands are going to be these ones right here with the spiderweb pose, so those are always a must that have to be included. And as I mentioned before, the not the paint applications, but the texture on the hands are really good. And then this one is one that they've been including a lot, especially with this one, the integrated suit and the Amazing Spider-Man, and it's the peace sign. I just wish they did it for both hands, but they only do it for one, so I'm not going to complain about that, but I do wish they had it. And then just like the other older figures, they do come with 4 pieces of lenses. Obviously we get the normal ones that the figure already has, but we do get these that are kind of semi open. I would say kind of like 75% open compared to the regular lenses. As I mentioned before, whenever I did my Miles Morales and Peter Parker from Spider-Man 2 video game, I really don't feel like we need all of these lenses. Like these ones right here that are closed, I really don't think that they're needed. I understand them including them, and look, I'm not going to complain if they do come with the figure, but me personally, I just don't think that it's needed. Like for example right here, look, maybe I'm blind, I don't know, but when we look at these lenses, I think they're the same. I mean, I really don't see any differences. There might be a slight difference, but I really can't tell from afar. But again, it does come with all these 4 pieces of lenses. Me personally, I think we would be fine if we just get maybe 1 or 2 pairs at most. But this is it for all of the accessories, guys. This is all we get. No complaints. Everything looks good so far as the figure. Okay, guys, so now to the figure itself. So as I had mentioned before, I'm not really going to complain about this guy a lot because again, he is an older figure, so I'm obviously barely collecting him right now. Either way, I like him a lot. Honestly, this guy looks really good. I love how the paint applications are done on the suit. Obviously, this is a battling damage version of him. This is after he fights Strange, so it does come with a lot of dark spots around his red suit. So it looks really good on him. Now the feel of the suit, I like how it feels, but the look might not be the best. I feel like the suit looks a little puffy, if I can say that. Now, is this the way it's supposed to be? I feel like you guys might know better than me, but me personally, I just don't like how it looks on him because I feel like the suit looks kind of puffy compared to his integrated suit version. Now, as far as his mask, I also am not the biggest fan of the shape of it. Now, it connects to the neck a little bit better. As you guys can see, obviously, we do have a seam line, but it connects a little bit better. I just don't like the shape, and I'll discuss that a little bit later on. Now, the rest of the suit looks really good. I love the black coloring on it. It looks fantastic. And of course, the spider logos look really good. So I'm not going to complain about that. Now, as far as articulations, so the feet do bend, but not a lot. As you guys can see, that's as far as it gets, and I'm okay with that. I don't think that the feet need to bend that much, especially the toe part of it. Now it does bend pretty much forward and back, so I'm okay with that. As far as the legs, they do bend a lot. As you guys can see, they bend pretty easily, and that's kind of an obviously a Spider-Man figure does have to be very flexible. It does have to articulate very well. Now, to move the legs to the side is kind of a struggle. It does eventually move, but it's not as easy as the other figures that I have for Tom Holland Spider-Man. But again, he is pretty bendable. Again, his articulations are good. The only thing that you guys might struggle with is the black part of the suit. It might become damaged if you guys leave the figure too articulated. Now again, he moves to the front, back with no issues, so it does give us options to pose the figure any way we want to. And I feel like you guys would just have to adjust the suit so that it doesn't get stretched out or damaged. The arms do stretch a lot, and I gotta give props to that. I love how they stretch. As you guys can see, they stretch pretty high, so we have plenty of options when it comes to these hands. And again, the fact that they move really easily makes it really cool. So for me, so again, I love the fact that it comes this way. And again, as I mentioned before, these Spider-Man figures are so flexible, and they always come with a lot of articulation, so that's always a good thing. Same thing for the mask. As you guys can see, it does turn. Again, it's hard because I feel like it's really stuck to the neck piece, which I think it's a good thing. But as you guys can see, it does move either way, so you do have option. And obviously, if you do want to connect the lenses to it, you guys can, so that way it does look a little bit better. And as I mentioned before, the scratchy surface to the suit, I like how it feels. I just don't like how it looks, right? I wish it didn't have that, but still in all, the figure does look really good. I love the coloring of the suit. Now, the second mask on him, as you guys can see now, this is the red mask that is on top of his face sculpt. So as I mentioned before, right, the feel of the mask compared to the suit isn't the same, and I feel like that's on Hot Toys, they missed that. Now, it still looks really good on the figure, right? So I'm not going to complain about it, but that's probably the only issue, right? That the feel doesn't, it's not the same. Now, if you're asking if we can connect the integrated suit face sculpt to this suit, you can, and I feel like we have to, because obviously it's the same figure, just a different suit. So yes, you guys are able to connect the other face sculpt to the suit. And then speaking of other suits, so now time for some side by side. So we're actually going to do a couple of more side by side comparisons than usual. So we're first going to start with his black and gold suit, which I believe was the first figure release for this specific movie. So as you guys can see, obviously the body type is going to be the same, the height is going to be the same. We're talking about the same actors, but one thing that is a little bit different is the way the neck connects to the face sculpt. I feel like it's a little bit more natural with the battling damaged suit than with the black and gold suit. I personally wasn't a big fan of the black and gold suit, and I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about the way Hot Toys designed it. As you guys can see, the way that the neck and the face connects to the black and gold suit isn't really good at all. The figure looks really weird, but for the battling damage suit, it's a little bit more natural. So I like the fact that it looks better on it. And me personally, I'm just a bigger fan of the of the regular red and black or blue suits. So I'm obviously going to go with the right with the battling damage version of it. But this would be the first comparison, because obviously this is the same character, same person, but just different suit. The second comparison would be with, of course, his integrated suit. Obviously, we bring this guy out almost pretty much every single unboxing to do a side-by-side comparison. This, to me, without question, the integrated suit is the best suit of the whole movie. Now, the reason I'm not saying the red and blue one at the end is because I really didn't get a good look at it. So to me, the integrated suit is the better version. The feel of the suits are different. The integrated suit is a little bit softer, kind of better, but the red one is kind of rough, a little bit kind of hard, if I can mention it that way. And without question, I'm gonna go with the integrated suit version. The gold, part of it just makes the difference for me. Obviously the black and the red is kind of similar, just a detail here and there, but also I think that the helmet, or actually not the helmet, I'm sorry, the mask, the shape of it is a little bit better for the integrated suit. Just my personal opinion. I feel like it's more round and bigger, and it's more natural on the figure than with the battle damage suit. And also, I'm not sure if it's just me, but the body type is a little different. I think it's better for the integrated suit. So me personally, I do like the integrated suit a little bit more than the battling damage. So, but again, these would be the first 3 suits that we get throughout the movie. It was 4 in total, but no question about it, to me, the integrated suit is the better suit. The third side-by-side, we're going to go ahead and do Strange. So obviously these two faced off at the beginning of the movie with this specific suit. Honestly, guys, I was a little bit upset about how that encounter went. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man, and I know that he is very powerful and he has a lot of abilities, but I don't think that he should be able to compete with with Doctor Strange. I feel like Doctor Strange does, much better than that. But obviously, this is Spider-Man's movie, so they wanted to go ahead and display him that way. As you guys can see here, a side-by-side, obviously Strange is a little bit taller. Both of these figures were released kind of ahead of time compared to the other ones, like Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and the Goblins and all of them. So these two figures were released pretty soon, and I think I'm not surprised by that, because these two figures were displayed at the very beginning of the movie, so it makes sense. But as you guys can see here, this would be the third side by side. Again, love both figures. They both look really good. So pretty much that would be it for the third comparison. And then my last side by side is going to be with my newly arrived upgraded suit for Spider-Man 2. So as I had mentioned on my collection tour, and also whenever I unboxed the advanced suit, this to me is my favorite Spider-Man figure as of today. I'm not sure if that's gonna last, but for now he is my favorite. And as you guys can see, just comparing them, obviously the advanced suit is a little bit taller. The suit is differently made, but what I love so much about the advanced suit is the body type, that he looks muscular, and how the suit just looks so good on him. The color applications are just much better for the advanced suit in my personal opinion. And again, as I mentioned before, he is my favorite Spider-Man as of today, that Hot Toys has released, or that I have at the moment. But again, I don't want to say that opinion is going to stand, because it could change depending on the figures that I get in the future. But this would be my fourth comparison, just so that way you guys can kind of take a look how this Spider-Man compares to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And that would pretty much be it for my side-by-side comparisons. Okay guys, so now we have reached the end of the video, where we pretty much post this guy in different ways so that you guys can pretty much enjoy the figure in its totality. So overall, I do like the figure a lot. I love the coloring, I love how he looks, I love all of its accessories that it comes with, and the base, even though it isn't the greatest, it does give the figure a lot of meaning, and it looks really cool on him. And again, as I mentioned on my other videos, I am trying to collect every single figure from the Spider-Man No Way Home line of collection. So a total of 12 figures were released for this movie, and this would be, for me, the 10th figure that I received. So I only need 2 more, and that would be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which I am not sure why he is still taking so long. I would assume that in the next upcoming weeks, I should definitely get him. Most of you guys have already received them, especially outside of here of the United States. And then of course the final figure would be Tom Holland's red and blue suit, which I am very excited to receive as well. But as far as this would be the 10th figure, also, I think I mentioned this before, once I have all 12 figures, I am going to be doing a video reviewing each and one of them, and pretty much kind of grading the whole project that Hot Toys did with this movie. Again, 12 figures in total. I will be, I will be pretty much reviewing to see if this was a disappointment, or it's something that really worked for them, or if they failed us as fans. But I will definitely give all of my thoughts once I have all of those figures. But as far as this one specifically, I like it a lot. It's the third of 4 Tom Holland figures that I will be receiving for this specific movie. All figures have been really, really good so far, but not perfect. I will explain in another video what I mean by that, and that would be whenever I, review every single figure from this line of collection for the movie. So again, for now, excited to get the figure. Apologies if the video is late. Again, this figure was released years ago, but again, whenever he was first released, I still wasn't a collector, so I had no intentions of buying this guy. But of course, since I do want to go ahead and get every single figure from the collection, I feel like right now was the right time, especially since I don't have any upcoming figures arriving to me. But again, very excited with what I have as of now. I'm very happy to have grabbed this guy, and I did get him on a discount from Sideshow Collectibles. And this guy right now is ready to ship if you guys are interested in grabbing him, which I am a little bit surprised. So obviously we saw in the box that it said Sideshow exclusive, but yet he's free. I'm sorry, he's ready to ship if anybody wants him. So I'm a little bit surprised by that. I'm not sure if this guy was exclusive or not. But for now, guys, this would be the end of the video. So as always, super thankful for everything that you guys do, for all the support that you guys provide to my videos. On my collection tour, you guys were very supportive, and we're close to reaching 1,000 views for that video specifically. I just want to thank each and one of y'all for supporting me, as always, for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos, watching them, and everything that you do. As I always say, if it is the first time that you were watching me, welcome to my channel. Happy to have you along. Again, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notifications bell so that you're always tuned and updated with anything that I will be dropping in the future. And speaking of staying updated, also I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of the video. I always want to remind you that that's where I post images and shorter videos or clips of these specific unboxings, and I always post my updates as far as when I'm posting videos or what's coming up on my channel, on my TikTok and Instagram. So feel free to add me there as well, so that you're always tuned as far as what I will be doing in the future. But other than that, guys, as always, just very, very thankful for everything that you do. If you guys have any questions, or as I always say, if you guys have anything that I could do better, any recommendations, any tips, or any advice, feedback, let me know. I am always open ears, and I know that I'm still a new collector, so there are certain things that I can definitely do better, right? But for now, guys, again, just very thankful for the support. Thank you so much for tuning in to this new unboxing video, and I will see you next time.